whose misdeeds that you have documented here in this report, the members, I'm thinking of the case agents, other members on the Crossfire Hurricane team, are they still, to your knowledge, working at the FBI?
To my understanding, some are, some aren't.
And why are those who are, why are they still there? What's your understanding?
I think you'd have to ask Director Wray.
And indeed, I think we should. What about the case agent who directly misled the DOJ intelligence attorney, Office of Intelligence Attorney, about Carter Page's relationship with other intelligence agencies in our government, who directly misled the OI about that? Is that person, to your knowledge, still at the FBI?
To my knowledge, that person is still there.
And is still actively working, maybe is still acting as a case agent,
I think
to your knowledge?
Have to ask.
What about procedures at the FBI? To your knowledge, what procedures have been changed at the FBI to date to prevent something like this from happening?
I think all that I'm aware of is what's in Director Wray's letter that's attached here. But certainly there are far more reforms and changes that are needed to address all of our recommendations. That's a good beginning, but there's a lot more to be done.
I will just say in closing, Mr. Chairman, that I think it is an extraordinary thing when the most powerful law enforcement agency in the country, maybe the world, is able to effectively intervene and influence a presidential election at the behest and with the cooperation of another political party. I mean, I've been saying for a long time that, there's no collusion in the 2016 campaign. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think the collusion was between the DNC and the FBI, and it is, if we don't change something here, I mean, to see FBI Director Wray go out and say in the face of all of this that he doesn't think that this vindicates the FBI and he doesn't think there are any problems, I, for one, don't know how any American can have confidence in that institution and in the integrity of our elections if things like this can happen. So thank you, Mr. Horowitz, for the work you've done. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Blumenthal.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for being here, Mr. Horowitz. And again, thank you to you and your team for your work. Do you agree that the FBI meddled in the 2016 election?
What I found is what's in this report. I'm not going.
Did you find any evidence that the FBI purposefully intervened to affect the outcome of the 2016 election?
We've written about what they did here and in last year's report, and I'll stand on those findings and those findings alone.
I didn't find any conclusion that the FBI meddled or interfered in the election to affect the outcome.
We did not reach that conclusion.
You didn't reach a conclusion about the FBI intervening in the election or acting out of political bias, correct?
I would say I'm going to stick by this report and last year's mid-year election report on what it did, because there are specific findings as to specific individuals.
Let me ask you about some of those findings, but let me just say at the very outset, I know you're a career official, and I want to pay tribute to all of the law enforcement officials, particularly in the FBI, because